It has been reported that Donald Trump has cognitive issues in his psyche. In Los Angeles, an unknown man opened fire on people. 2 people died. It has become known that Iranian nuclear scientists secretly traveled to Russia. In China, a mosquito-borne disease is spreading, and the number of patients has reached 7,000. Now, let's take a closer look at the news in detail.
Donald Trump may be showing signs of cognitive decline. The Guardian. Former U.S. President Donald Trump's recent public statements may reflect signs of cognitive impairment, according to experts cited by The Guardian. Harry Siegel, a senior lecturer at Cornell University's Department of Psychology and a faculty member at Weill Cornell Medical College's Department of Psychiatry, noted that Trump frequently shifts topics abruptly, which could indicate a pattern of distracted thinking. He just jumps from one topic to another without maintaining coherence or control, Siegel said. One particularly concerning behavior, according to Siegel, is Trump's tendency toward confabulation, a phenomenon where someone blends real memories with invented or distorted ones. As an example, Siegel pointed to Trump's false claim that his uncle, Professor John Trump, had taught Ted Kaczynski, the so-called Unabomber, at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. In reality, John Trump died in 1985, while Kaczynski never attended MIT and wasn't publicly identified as the Unabomber until 1996. The story makes no logical sense, but Trump tells it in a way that feels vivid and sincere, as if he genuinely remembers it, Siegel explained. Experts also noted Trump's habit of abruptly changing topics mid-sentence during speeches. In one case, while discussing his policy achievements, he suddenly began talking about residential water systems and personal preferences. According to The Guardian, during a government meeting meant to address serious issues like the floods in Texas, the war in Gaza and Ukraine, tariffs and Iran, Trump delivered a 13-minute monologue on how the White House cabinet room had been decorated. The article also features insights from Dr. John Gartner, a psychologist and author who served as an associate professor of psychiatry at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine for 28 years. What we're seeing are classic signs of dementia, a rapid and marked decline in mental functioning, Gartner stated. It will only get worse from here. That's my professional prediction. Despite such concerns, Trump has repeatedly insisted he is in good health and has often questioned the cognitive fitness of his rival, former President Joe Biden. During the 2024 election campaign, Trump even challenged Biden to take a cognitive test and compare results publicly. Unknown gunman opens fire at party in downtown Los Angeles. An unidentified man opened fire at a party in downtown Los Angeles, resulting in the deaths of 2 people. The incident was reported by ABC News, citing the city's police department. The shooting occurred in the early hours of Monday, August 4th. According to LAPD Commander Leticia Ruiz, around 11 p.m. on Sunday, officers noticed a man running into a building where a party with 50 to 60 people was taking place. Police followed the suspicious individual and arrested one attendee for illegal possession of a firearm. After securing the building and searching the premises, officers left the scene to respond to another call. However, shortly after midnight, police received another report of gunfire at the same location. When they arrived, they found several people shot. In total, 8 people were injured, and 2 of them were pronounced dead. One of the wounded victims is reportedly in critical condition. There is currently no information available about possible suspects or the motive behind the attack, the report stated. This comes shortly after another shooting incident in New York on July 28th, where an armed man opened fire, killing 4 people, including a police officer. On the same day, another gunman carried out an attack at the famous Ortor Khor food market in Bangkok, Thailand. The assailant shot 5 people before taking his own life.
Iranian nuclear scientists made secret visit to Russia. It has been revealed that Iranian nuclear scientists secretly visited Russia in August 2024 for a 4-day trip. According to a journalistic investigation cited by the Financial Times, the delegation traveled using diplomatic service passports. The group included 43-year-old nuclear physicist Ali Kalvand and 4 other members. One of them was a nuclear expert affiliated with a classified organization under Iran's Ministry of Defense, known for defense innovation and research. During their stay, the scientists reportedly visited Russian scientific institutions linked to Rostec, including Techno-Expert and Torij. Western officials believe another member of the delegation, Amir Yazdian, is an officer with Iran's military counterintelligence. The most prominent figure in the group was atomic scientist Soroush Mohtashami, a neutron generator specialist from Iran's Amir Kabir University of Technology. Since May 2024, Kalvand has reportedly been interested in acquiring radioactive isotopes, tritium, strontium-90, and nickel-63, all of which are known to enhance the explosive power of nuclear weapons. These materials are strictly controlled and require special export permissions. Notably, Kalvand speaks fluent Russian and holds a degree in nuclear physics from the Kiev Polytechnic Institute. He was invited to Russia by 78-year-old Russian scientist Oleg Maslenikov. The Iranian experts also expressed interest in high-powered X-ray tubes and electron accelerators, equipment that could be used in nuclear testing.
China reports 7,000 cases of chikungunya virus. More than 7,000 cases of a mosquito-borne virus have been reported across China's Guangdong province since July, prompting measures similar to those taken during the COVID-19 pandemic. In Foshan City, which has been hit the hardest, chikungunya patients must stay in hospital, where their beds will be protected with mosquito nets. They can only be discharged after they test negative or at the end of a week-long stay. Spread through the bite of an infected mosquito, the virus causes fever and severe joint pain, which sometimes can last for years. Although rare in China, chikungunya outbreaks are common in South and Southeast Asia and parts of Africa. How widespread are the infections in China? Aside from Foshan, at least 12 other cities in the southern Guangdong province have reported infections. Nearly 3,000 cases were reported in the last week alone. On Monday, Hong Kong reported its first case, a 12-year-old boy who developed fever, rash, and joint pain after traveling to Foshan in July. The virus is not contagious and only spreads when an infected person is bitten by a mosquito that then goes on to bite others. Officials say all the reported cases have been mild so far, with 95% of the patients discharged within 7 days. Still, the cases have led to some panic, given the virus is not widely known in the country. This is scary. The prolonged consequences sound very painful, one user wrote on Chinese social media platform Weibo. The U.S. has urged travelers to China to exercise increased caution following the outbreak. What else is China doing to curb infections? Authorities across Guangdong province have vowed to take decisive and forceful measures to stop the spread of the disease. Those with symptoms, such as fever, joint pain, or rashes, are being urged to visit the nearest hospital so they can be tested for the virus. Authorities have instructed residents to remove stagnant water in their homes, such as in flower pots, coffee machines, or spare bottles, and warned of fines up to 10,000 yuan, $1,400 if they don't do this. They are also releasing giant elephant mosquitoes that can devour smaller chikungunya-spreading bugs, and an army of mosquito-eating fish. Last week, officials in Foshan released 5,000 of these larvae-eating fish into the city's lakes. In parts of the city, they are even flying drones to detect sources of stagnant water. Some neighboring cities had ordered travelers from Foshan to undergo a 14-day home quarantine, but that has since been withdrawn. Some people have compared these measures to those imposed during the pandemic and questioned their necessity. A user on Weibo wrote, "These feel so familiar, but are they really necessary?" Another wrote, "What's the point of the quarantine? It's not as though an infected patient will then go around biting other people." China implemented severe restrictions during the pandemic, including forcing people into quarantine camps and sealing residential buildings and whole neighborhoods on short notice for days or even weeks. What is chikungunya? Most people bitten by an infected mosquito will develop symptoms of chikungunya within 3 to 7 days. Apart from fever and joint pain, other symptoms include rash, headache, muscle pain, and swollen joints. In most cases, patients will feel better within a week. In severe cases, however, the joint pain can last for months or even years. Those at risk for more severe disease include newborns, the elderly, and people with underlying medical conditions, such as heart disease or diabetes. There is no cure, but deaths from chikungunya are rare. The virus was first identified in Tanzania in 1952. It then spread to other countries in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia. To date, it has been reported in more than 110 countries. The best way to prevent the virus from spreading is to reduce pools of stagnant water that allow the mosquitoes to breed, according to the World Health Organization.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Z News channel and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you.